Here we are. Welcome, everybody. Stephen Carlson's the Friday Support Call. Our host is Leah Pearlman. And every time I say your name, I'm tempted to say Pearlman. I have a very dear friend in Hungary who has a very similar name, slightly different spelling, but Pearlman. And Leah is, her practice is the welcoming way, and which we're just talking about one little practice that she has of cartooning and writing and even recording an accompaniment to that, which is, I find, a very delightful form of expression. So, welcome, Leah.
Thank you,
And
Stephen.
yeah, I'll just hand over the reins to you and allow it to be your call.
Okay, great. Well, how about it be all of our call? I always like thinking about the fact that whatever's happening is just happening, and it's not really happening to any one of us. It's just what's happening. And so all of us are here on the call. We're sharing this moment. All right, so there's some hands. So let's just go ahead and get started. Lorenz, I think you were first. What's up?
Hi, Leah. Now I'm unmuted. Hey,
Hey.
well, there's something I'd like to welcome with you.
Okay.
I've been having, well, essentially, it's a very tenacious thing, which is that every day I start working, I experience anxiety. And yeah, it's pretty stressful. So if you could help with that, that would be cool.
Okay. Yep, that's great. And let me just see, Stephen, would it be possible to pin Lorenz also so I can see him better?
Yes, I know just what to do.
Okay. Or
Give me a
spotlight.
Yeah, but I'm gonna turn off the video for the guided portion.
Oh, okay.
If that's okay.
All right,
Yeah.
well, go ahead and do that then.
Okay, cool.
And then Stephen will do what he does.
I'll just spotlight you. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Okay.
So, Lorenz, is the anxiety feeling here now?
Yes.
Okay, and say for a moment that I was an alien and had no idea what anxiety was. How would you describe it to me?
A feeling of contraction and a bit shaking.
Okay. Yeah, and is there any resisting that, wanting to get rid of it?
Yeah, I feel there's some resistance and I feel a bit threatened by it.
Okay, and what feels threatened? Is it your body, your mind, your personality?
The mind.
Okay. So the mind is saying this shaky feeling is threatening?
It's saying the anxiety is dangerous and it's somehow going to take its toll eventually.
Yeah.
And the resistance part is just that it's an unpleasant feeling I don't want to have.
Yeah, okay. So just for a moment, just see if you can let the mind feel as skeptical about allowing the anxiety to be felt as it is.
It's actually very willing to welcome it.
Okay. All right, so see if you can just let the shakiness actually grow in your awareness. Let the anxiety get bigger. And even let it fill the whole room you're in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's getting a lot more intense. That's good.
Okay, good. And you could even let it fill the city you're in. What's here now, Lorenz?
Yeah, it's more intense now.
Okay, and is the anxiety actually happening to anyone, or is it just what's apparently happening?
It's just what's apparently happening. It's just it's energy in the room, essentially.
Yeah, and so just see if you can notice it doesn't really have a center. It's not really happening to anyone. It's just energy.
It's passing, it's happening in a body, or it's felt by a body,
Yeah.
apparently at least.
Yeah. I like to think of the body. It's kind of like a sense organ, kind of like your eyes see
Yeah,
the
yeah,
trees, but they're
yeah,
not connected to the trees. And
yeah.
anxiety can arise and the body can sense it, but it's not really connected.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Like it's like a radio.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. Yep.
Mhm. Okay, yeah, that's helpful.
So, what do you like about the anxiety feeling?
I like that it's hmm, kind of, yeah, it kind of keeps me awake or something like that. Like kind of like a certain call to alertness.
Yeah, totally. So, just for a moment, notice and just allow the fact that you like feeling alert before work. That repeatedly you're using anxiety potentially. Well, you're not really doing this, but
Mm,
anxiety is calling you to awakeness in a sense.
okay,
And is there
I
anything
can,
else? Is there any? Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
yeah, yeah, that I can, that makes sense. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you notice that anxiety um, serves you in any way?
It seems like an attempt to control the work somehow.
Okay, so there's some wanting to control the work that you're noticing that
Mm,
arises
yeah,
with, yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And if you controlled the work, what would you have?
Oh, the idea is that it's then safe or the outcome is good, or I will control the impression people will have of me.
Okay, and what are you afraid of if you don't control or try to control the impression people have of you?
I think I'm weird or
Okay.
reject me somehow.
Mhm. Okay, so usually to be afraid of something, like I'm afraid people will reject me, there's already some rejection feeling that's,
Yes. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So just for a moment, can you courageously just let yourself feel as rejected as you do?
That's wonderful. Yeah. Yes, I can actually. That's quite easy.
Okay.
It, yeah, the feeling of being already rejected, heavy. Wow. Yeah, it's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. And notice all we did the rejection feelings here, it should feel relaxing because we just sort of uncovered all the resistance, all the things that are trying to keep you from feeling that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so what's here now around this topic?
This is just a sense of heaviness, being cut off, and shame.
Okay, so is there a sense that the rejection is personal? It means something about you?
Yes.
Okay. So just for a moment, Lorenz, let yourself feel how important you get to feel when you feel like you're the one being rejected.
Yeah, I can get a sense of that, yeah.
Yeah, and then just open to the possibility that if rejection's happening, it doesn't mean anything about you. Doesn't
Oh,
even
that's a
mean
tough
you're
one.
weird.
That's tough.
Yeah. And actually check, is it actually possible to be rejected?
Well, depends on if there is a person that can be rejected.
I'm just thinking like, you know, I'm putting my attention on this screen, for example, and not on
Yeah,
the tree. Am I really rejecting the tree or am I just putting my attention on the screen? Just
I
opening to
see what you mean.
yeah, okay, great.
Well, yeah. I had an image of just people turning away, but really out of like a disapproval, let's say. You can disapprove of the tree.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. You can say it's wrong, whatever, blah, blah.
And how do you think the tree feels about that?
It's perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, so again, if I disapprove of the tree, that's me and my experience of disapproval. It has nothing to do with the tree.
Yes, yeah. In a sense, yeah, yeah.
So just
Yeah.
imagine tomorrow. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I get now I understand what you mean, I think, yeah.
Okay, so imagine tomorrow, just before work, just imagine it's happening again. And what's here now when you anticipate that scenario?
It's much less, actually. It's just a tiny tension.
Yeah, and see if you could just experience that tension as a habit. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can. Oh, yeah, that's good.
And so if tension arises, you can just let it be here. If anxiety arises, you can just do what we did, let it fill the whole city. And just
Or village, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, great.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'll say, and this is for everyone, you know, I've noticed most emotions, not just anxiety, they make us feel alive. They make us feel like something's happening. And so, and they can make us feel important too, like we matter. So maybe if that's happening, just notice, you know, get the aliveness without the anxiety, the awakeness without the drama.
Yes.
Yep.
That's very helpful. I really appreciate it seems like this rejection is really the key of the whole thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thanks for going there.
I love it.
All right.
Always.
Talk to you soon, Lorenz. Sharon.
Hi, Leah. Thanks for
Hi.
doing the call.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm experiencing lots of intense emotions, ranging from apathy up to anger. It was resonating when you were working with Lawrence about the rejection. It feels like that's coming up a lot, feeling rejected by family members, people around me, and just that I don't have anywhere fixed to live, and that is really impacting on me right now. And
Okay.
just feeling the housing association have all the power, and something else has happened here the last couple of weeks, and the housing are not taking any responsibility for it, and just feeling like injustice, and just feeling a lot of rage today that's felt, you know, I can't really feel into it because I feel like I'm a volcano, going to explode. Just feeling, yeah.
Okay. Thanks for being here today, Sharon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I want you to just take some deep breaths and look around the space that you're in right now. And just check to see in this now moment, are you safe?
Yes, I'm safe. Yeah.
Okay, so take a little more time just looking around and letting your nervous system know in this moment you're safe. And then notice that in this safe moment, the mind is playing a lot of scary movies, past and future.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
And one thing I like, I think it's Michael Singer who says that our emotions are like the soundtrack to our life. So if the mind is showing you a lot of scary movies, the emotions are probably, you know, adding flavor to those images.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's here now?
A lot of uncomfortable feelings in my stomach.
Okay. So just being very gentle, see if you can let yourself begin to welcome the feelings in your stomach. And what I mean by that is they're happening anyway. So you're just going to let go of a little tension or a little resistance, just to let that energy move as best you can. And if it feels scary, just make sure your eyes are open and you keep reminding yourself that you're safe and there's energy moving in the stomach. That's all that's happening.
Yeah. I can allow that little,
Okay. And you might even take some more deep breaths that can help the sensation of emotion to move. Often when we have a strong emotion, we hold our breath to try and not feel it, and that keeps it stuck. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I can feel a little bit of movement.
Mhm. And I'd invite you also just to see if you can begin to notice your whole body, including the parts that are quiet, maybe your back or the backs of your knees. Just let yourself inhabit more of your whole body.
Yeah, I can do that. It feels like as well, I've got a really intense sensation now at the back of my throat. Quite a painful sensation.
Yep. So see if you can just feel that sensation without giving it the label painful. or intense. Just become a bit of an investigator about it and just let it be here. It's here anyway, without trying to get rid of it, without worrying about it. Just letting it be here as best you can.
Yeah, this is a familiar one, so it feels like there's probably a little bit of resistance. Just want it to go.
Yeah, so let the resistance be here. And as this is moving, Sharon, see if you can locate yourself as the awareness of this whole experience. Notice that you're not the body and you're not the sensations and you're not the emotion. You're experiencing all of these things.
Yeah, but the anger seems so strong, and it feels like I was aware today when I was releasing that I really want to fight the authority, and I know that's not helping, and I'm not expecting a positive outcome. I'm just realizing there's a lot of rage and like feels like injustice, and I know this is like the story of my past, and I'd love to let it go. I'd love to let go of feeling that I'm right and they're going to let me down again.
Okay, so then before we do that, why don't you just open to the possibility that you are right and they are going to let you down again?
Oh, I don't know if I can take another letdown. I just don't think I can.
So
Been
keep
going on for
breathing.
so long.
So just keep breathing and notice that you're aware of these thoughts. This current wave is passing through the present moment that you are. The body's feeling fear and rage. And what you are is experiencing that, aware of that.
Yeah, there feels a bit more of a calmer energy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like I feel like I'm getting locked in the mind because I'm feeling irritated because sometimes I'm able to see the identity of this and be a little bit detached from it, and then I just go back into the mind and believe all the old stories, and I'm just so fed up with them.
Yeah, and just notice, Sharon, are you actually going in the mind, or is the mind just getting loud sometimes?
Yeah, the mind's getting loud, yeah. And I feel
Yeah.
like I'm getting hooked back in, yeah.
Yeah. But notice, to even be able to say, I feel like I'm getting hooked, that's the part of you that's not hooked, that's aware that the mind gets loud. So what if it's not a problem that the mind gets loud and the emotions get big? And the practice here is, this is for you and for everyone. It doesn't matter that emotions get big. What we're practicing here is noticing that we are not that the mind can get loud and the emotions can get big. And what we are is steady and stable amidst all that.
Yeah. And I think what I'm doing, I've just become aware, I'm judging myself for the experience I'm having. I'm thinking like, I mean, I know releasing isn't about changing your experience, but because of the experience I'm having, which seems quite negative, I feel like I'm judging myself that, not doing something right or,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Really
Yeah.
good to notice.
Yeah. It's like then I'm
Like-
beating myself up. So I'm
Right.
keeping myself stuck in like that, like berating, and it's not nice. And then I'm complaining to my mum, and she's like fed up with me complaining. And then I feel like I'm rejected by her and, made to feel wrong. I just feel like I'm just going round and round in that.
Yep.
And it's, yeah.
So what I hear in that is fear. I hear there's a lot of fear. Yeah. And let me say that differently. What I hear is there is just fear arising. And your mind is using everything it can to try and help you. If they were different, if I were different, if thoughts were different, there's a desperation to get away from the fear. But it's just fear arising. And I don't mean just in that fear is easy, but just in that it's simple. So see if you can just let yourself feel scared, Sharon. And as you do this, make sure your eyes are open. And just look around and remember that you are safe and fear is arising.
It just feels like I just can't keep feeling like this. It's just too much.
Yep, so notice that's the mind again. There's just some resistance to the fear, which makes sense. It's so uncomfortable to feel terrified. And just check, do you think you're able to feel this fear? Does that feel safe?
Yeah, I can do at times. I've had a lot of fear coming up, and I get a lot of intense shaking, and
Okay.
a lot of the time I'm just able to be with it as much as I can. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my sense too. You have a lot of capacity to be with these feelings. Otherwise, they wouldn't be coming up.
Yeah, they're intense.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just feel like you'll have some respite from it.
Yeah. Yep, of course.
And then I feel like life isn't supporting me at times, but then I know at times I am like here on this call with you now.
Yeah. So notice the mind is getting involved again.
Yeah.
And
Because see, that's just a habit. Yeah.
in one way I like to find rest amidst these storms is to see if you can find the edges. It may be that you have to go all the way out of your house or the place you're in, or all the way to another city, but notice that there exists a place right now that isn't affected by these emotions.
Yeah, I can feel that distance. Yeah.
Yeah, so let yourself feel the peace that is here right now at the edges of this intensity.
Oh. Yeah, I can feel that. I can still feel the fear as well, but I can also feel a little bit of, calm now.
Yeah. Can also be helpful to remember the body is made up of 99.999% space. So there's actually space and rest here, even interpenetrating the fear.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this question. Let's just see what happens.
Okay.
In this moment, as you look around the space you're in, if you don't go into past and you don't go into future, is there anything right now to be afraid of?
No. I can feel beingness coming in a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so as you keep practicing with this, I'm going to move on in a moment, but notice beingness never went anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just, I think of it sometimes like when you walk into a restaurant and there's a bunch of TVs playing and they're all playing different channels and sports. It's like sometimes there's just a lot of noise and we
Yeah.
get preoccupied with one of the screens and we fall all the way into what it's saying, but beingness is still there.
Yeah. Interestingly, you're saying about the TV. Our TV has actually been broke for 2 weeks. Well, it's the aerial that's broke. That's what the housing on Sorton, they've broke it. And
Okay.
if I realize that I don't watch a lot of TV, but I've realized a lot of feelings have come up because TV is a distraction. And I haven't had a distraction for 2 weeks. So it's probably a good thing in
Yep.
some ways. So it's funny you said TV.
Um,
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Leah. That really helped. It
oh, I'm
is just,
glad.
it's riding these waves, isn't it? And just, I'm so grateful for the support here. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Romy.
Hi, Leah. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
I would like some help with I've been working on my goals and I've been doing well, but for a few days I get this sensation in my heart and whatever I do, like it doesn't subside and would like some help with it.
Okay. Is that sensation here now?
No, not now, but when I think of a goal, it comes up.
Okay. So how about just to see if that's still true, you let yourself think of a goal that in the past you noticed brought this sensation.
Yeah, it's still here.
Okay. And so the sensation is here now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And is there any sense that the sensation's a problem or in the way?
Yeah, it's like an ache on a heart and it's not like it's like not a pleasant feeling or
Yeah.
sensation, but it's like and I've been doing the attachments and aversions and disadvantages and advantages, but it's like and the resistance and whatever comes up, it's just like it feels like it's getting stronger instead of subsiding.
So what if the whole purpose of the goal that you are working on is to get to feel this feeling?
Okay.
So we kind of reorient. We often
Mm-hmm.
think we're feeling feelings to get our goal, but I think it's very helpful to see it the opposite, that we work on goals to feel our feelings.
Okay.
Okay, so then see if you can just bring some curiosity to that egg feeling. And I get that it's uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
but see if you can allow the discomfort to be here too. Open to it a little bit more.
Okay.
And as you feel into it, almost like, I like that you use egg. So let's imagine it has some message or some image, or there's something there that we haven't seen yet that's inside of that egg. Do you have any sense? Is there a thought, an image that comes when you allow it to be here?
There's like a square, dark square, and there's a circle above it. I don't know what it means, but it's
Yeah, so just putting your attention on that dark square in that circle.
okay.
And again, just let it be here and then see if any thought, emotion, or sensation arises.
Now it's getting from the heart, it went down to the stomach or the gut area more.
Okay. So we'll just follow it. Just,
Okay.
isn't that interesting? Now it's in the gut. Just
Yeah.
let that be here. And breathe into it, give it some space, give it some room. Let that sensation know you're interested in it. And just see what comes. Again, it might be an image or a memory, might be a thought, might be emotion.
Now it's like on multiple places in my body. It's like on 3 intense spots.
Okay, and do those intense spots feel welcome or allowed, or is there some resistance to them?
There's some resistance to it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So just noticing the resistance, and resistance always has this subtle flavor of this shouldn't be happening or this shouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the mind. So letting the mind be nervous about this. And then see if you can release any judgment about what's happening and just let the sensations be here as best you can.
Okay.
As you do that, letting go of any belief that what's happening here is serious or significant or important. It's just what's happening.
Okay.
And now check to see, is there any thought, emotion, or sensation arising?
There's still resistance there, like I'm resisting the resistance.
Okay. Yeah, and notice you're not doing that. So resistance arising, and then there's a story, I shouldn't be feeling resistance. So then you're resisting the resistance. It's
Yeah.
all arising. Yeah, so what if you just let it all be here? It's like I have an image of like 3 cats wandering around your room. It's like one cat is the sensation, one cat is the resistance, and the other cat's the other resistance. It's just all
Okay.
arising. They're just wandering around. And as that's happening, just relocate yourself as the awareness in which the sensations are arising, the entire body is appearing, the idea of this goal that you're working on, it's all happening in the awareness that you are.
What now comes up is sadness and grief.
And is that grief welcomed?
Yes.
And so just letting the grief move however it needs to. Again, opening to the possibility this whole goal was just to get you to feel this grief.
Yeah.
What's here now, Romy?
It's subsiding. It's getting lighter. It's moving. It's still some essence there.
And there's no rush. It doesn't mean anything that it's here or that it goes. And let's just to finish up here, put your attention
Mhm.
back on the original goal. Bring that to mind. And see what that brings up now. Sensation, emotion, or thought.
What I get is openness more.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for
It was
raising.
wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, good. Hey, Sanjana. You need to unmute yourself if you're ready. Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So I need some assistance with releasing this sadness and wanting guidance in life.
You said releasing the sadness and wanting guidance in life.
Yes,
Okay. So what's wrong with sadness?
it's not beneficial in any way.
Say that again.
There are no advantages of sadness.
And any disadvantages?
Yes. Lack of energy.
You say lack of energy?
Yes.
So is the lack of energy here now?
Yeah, it is.
And is there any resistance to the lack of energy?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So resistance can be draining. Resistance can result in a lack of energy. So open to the possibility for a moment that the sadness isn't actually draining the energy, it's actually resisting the sadness. And see if you can just let yourself feel as sad as you do.
Yes.
And let yourself feel that even more.
Yes.
And notice any sense, Sanjana, that it's your sadness.
Yes.
And just for a moment, like we talked about with the wrens, could you open to the possibility that the sadness is just being experienced by your radio receiver? It's not really yours.
Yes.
Then just check again. Is there any advantage to feeling sad? Is there anything you like about it?
Yes.
You say yes.
Yeah, yes.
What do you like about it?
It's
Are you still there, Sanjana?
Yes, it's there, but the thought is that I'm not allowing myself to eat properly, rest, or enjoy anything. Or won't, I- or if I'm sad, I will invest my time only in work.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. There's a lot of background noise.
One is I will be busy in
So,
work and neglecting myself.
Sanjana, I'm still not hearing you. Sanjana, I think I'm going to move on to the next person. I'm having too much trouble hearing you. And if you end up somewhere quieter, then just raise your hand again.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Natalie.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi. I'm having a headache for the past 3 days and it hurts. And I need a little help releasing it. And I have recurrent headaches and it's happening now. It hurts.
Hey. Well, first, I always have to say in Sedona Method, we don't treat, advise about, or cure any medical conditions. Okay. So when you think about this headache or you feel into the sensations, what comes up for you? Might be a thought, an emotion.
There's tension, like a lot of tension and like wanting control.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wanting control when you're in pain is incredibly normal. So see if you can just let the wanting control to be here.
Okay.
Of course you want control.
Well, that's a relief. I don't know why.
And the headache, is it still here in this moment?
Yeah.
Okay. So is there any sense that it's a problem or it shouldn't be here?
Oh, yeah, there's like a wanting to get rid of it.
Yep. Okay, so just for a moment, let yourself want to get rid of it as much as you do. Let the wanting be here.
Okay.
And just notice that that wanting to get rid of it, it's arising in the awareness that you are, just like the headache.
Yeah.
What do you imagine you'd have if this headache were gone?
Other problems.
That's awesome. Someone on my last support call said, nothing fixes a problem like another problem. Yeah, so just for a moment, just what I hear in that is just let yourself enjoy this headache as much as you are. It's focusing, it's simple.
That is so true. It's just pain.
Yeah. And is there any part of you that knows that this headache will at some point go away?
Yeah.
That could even be in 5 minutes. So just for now, could you let yourself actually enjoy or appreciate the headache as much as you do? Doesn't mean it has to feel good.
I think I can like relish in the simplicity of it. Yeah.
So then just to check in this moment, if the sensation, the headache is going to go when it goes, is there anything to do or release or figure out?
I think it's just annoying that it's preoccupying my attention.
Yeah, so for a moment, just notice that your attention seems attached to the sensation or the pain. And that there's a wanting to use your attention for something else. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I could be releasing much better things than this.
Okay. Yeah, so just that's funny to notice when you're focused on the headache, there's nothing else to release. So you've already released it all. Just you and the headache. So again, what do you think you'd get by having your attention free?
That's such a good question. Other than more problems to release, like what do I actually get?
Yeah. and Is there really any benefit to having your attention free? And I mean, the mind might have an idea, like what it thinks, and you can answer with that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so just opening to the possibility that what you're experiencing, this headache, this is all there is. This is all there ever is. There's sensation and experience arising in the awareness that you are. Sometimes it's a headache. Sometimes it's an apparent goal or problem. But none of it's serious, significant, or important. It's just what's happening.
Yeah, there's some anger coming up that there's got to be better things in life than just experiencing challenges.
Yeah, okay. So for a moment, see if you can drop the thought that there's got to be better things in life, but just let the anger be here. Just let yourself feel as pissed off as you do. And actually feel it like a body experience. It might help to let the anger fill the whole room you're in.
Yeah, this it's just anger.
Yeah. And just opening to that possibility that life is more than just challenges. Just bringing some curiosity. What would life be like if not a series of challenges? What else might be going on here?
I feel like I've been living in a room full of challenges, and you're opening the door to like, well, what else is there? And I'm like kind of like peeking. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Challenges, they have story arcs, they have peaks, and they have resolution, and we get to feel like heroes, and there's adrenaline, and there's all sorts of reasons to experience life as a string of challenges. And maybe that's a bunch of BS. Maybe there's something way simpler happening, which is just life unfolding right now in the form of a headache.
Yeah, suddenly the headache is not so bad compared to all those challenges.
Yep. Yeah, what if there's nothing else required of you right now but to feel this headache? Just to feel life appearing as a headache. That's a gift you're allowed. It's the gift of experiencing it. And there's nothing to figure out or solve, and there's nowhere to get. Some days it's a headache, some days it's joy.
Am I resisting the headache? Is that why it's still here?
It's still here because it's still here. So just notice wanting to figure it out, and that's just some wanting control, wanting to get rid of it. But what if the headache's not a problem? It's just uncomfortable. Let's see what that brings up.
It's slowing me down. I feel like I can do more.
Yeah, so just for a moment, let yourself enjoy being as slow as you are with this headache. And again, just opening to the possibility there's nothing to figure out or solve. There's nowhere to get. There's just experiencing happening and sensation, and occasionally some resistance arising in the awareness that you are.
Oh my goodness, I think my mind tricked me into saying there's all these things to do and figure out and solve. And I totally fell for it.
It's convincing, that mind.
Especially when other people step in and like, yeah.
Yeah, totally. And we've been practicing it forever, and we modeled it based on our caregivers who practiced it too. So there's just a ton of habit around the belief that there's something to do and there's problems to solve. And there's nothing to even do about that. It's just helpful to start to notice that that's just a thought, that there's something else to be doing but feeling this headache.
Hey Natalie, what'd you do today? Oh, I just felt my headache the whole day.
Right? And the body fed itself and drank some water, and some other things happened that needed to happen. Just if there's other things to do, you know, from the fact that you've made it this far in life, the body will take care of itself.
Yeah. Just everybody's so focused on productivity. It's like you get like some reward if you're productive. And if you're not, then you waste your day.
Yeah, it's more mind habits. You just notice that's mind. There's a headache and there's thinking. How does that feel now, Natalie?
Mm. I think it's a good place to stop. My mind is always generating things, so I don't. Yeah.
And it will do that. Yeah, so that's great to notice. And then the practice here is just to keep labeling it. Oh, mind.
Yeah, my beautiful mind.
Well, it's not really yours, but thanks,
Oh,
Natalie.
thank you.
Steven, I don't know how long we're going. Let me check in with you.
Yeah, that's why I came back on video. We've reached the hour. I'm okay if you're okay. It's really up to you. We have some hands up, and well, I'm here, and I like being here.
Great. Yeah, I have some more time, so I'm happy to speak to the last 4 people. And if those of you who need to go, thank you so much for being here.
Well, so the train keeps rolling. All right, then.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm gonna call on Sanjana again for a few minutes. It looks like you maybe figured out the background thing. Are you there, Sanjana?
I'm actually asking her to unmute. There we go.
Okay, great.
Am I audible now?
So far, so good.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
was releasing on sadness.
yeah. Is it the sadness still here in this moment?
It's lesser than before.
Okay. Is there any sense that there's a problem?
Yes.
Okay, so see if you can notice that, the sense that there's a problem as its own feeling.
Yes.
And if you don't go into past and you don't go into future, if you don't compare what's happening, can you actually find a problem?
No.
Okay, so this is very courageous. See if you can just let that be enough. Let the fact that there's no problem appearing now be enough.
Yes.
gonna let you keep exploring that, Sanjana. And it'll be, the mind will want to say, but, and it'll show past and future. The practice is just to keep thinking, I don't go into past, I don't go into future. Can I actually find a problem? And just see if you can keep doing that until something releases.
Yes,
Okay, thanks for raising your hands.
thank you.
Ryan.
Hey there. How are you?
Hey, great. Nice to hear you.
You too. Yeah, I just wanted to, I have some things I've been procrastinating on. One thing in particular, a goal, and then another thing is just like some stuff I went to the doctor for, like that I probably just need a little bit of like physical therapy, just like back aches and things. So I'm just kind of waiting on appointments, and it's gonna take like months, a couple months to get in to see somebody. So in the meantime, I've been trying to kind of get myself to do some types of exercises but also I'm a little bit not clueless, but just not sure what's really going to help. So I guess there's some like frustration around like the waiting and the discomfort. So
Okay, so are those two separate things, the goal and the back pain?
yeah, but I think the underlying thing is like procrastinating on both. So
Okay,
we could just pick like the back thing, maybe. That's fine.
yeah, well, I'll start general and then let's just see what happens. But for a moment, let yourself feel as right as you do that you've been procrastinating.
Yes.
And then just open to the possibility that you just haven't made the appointment yet, or the body hasn't made the appointment yet.
Yeah.
And then again, let yourself feel as sure as you are that you've been procrastinating.
Yeah.
And then again, just open to the possibility that everything might be happening in perfect timing.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you think about this the physical stuff, is there any part of you that's wanting to make the appointment?
Well, so the appointment's been made, but did you mean just like being there
Oh, okay.
physically?
So is the procrastinating around like doing the exercises?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So are you sure the exercises would help you?
No. No, I'm not.
Yeah, good. So just notice there may be some wisdom in the fact that you're not doing it. And is there
Yeah,
any part
I
of you
think
that
so.
wants, is there any part of you that wants to be doing the exercises?
Yes.
Yeah, so just let the wanting be here as much as it is. And then
Yeah.
also allow any hopelessness, like it won't work anyway, or it might not work, or what's the point? Just let that be here.
Yeah.
And then again, just let yourself want to do them as much as you do, either because you think you should, or it's just nice to move the body.
Yeah.
And then see if you can just allow any sense that it may not even help be here also.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just notice you're free to do them or not do them. and you will do them or not do them. And just let go of any of that being a problem.
Yeah.
So what's here now, either around that or the goal?
I definitely feel better. I guess there's like the sense that the discomfort is kind of like a nagging discomfort that is kind of hard to like ignore. That's a little frustrating.
Yep. So what if just for now you don't ignore it? You actually let yourself feel the discomfort. And see what that brings up. It might be an emotion or a thought.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of an overwhelm and a little bit of like it's never gonna end. Like there's always should be some type of discomfort, and I feel a little bit like this is the result of like something I did or didn't do exercise wise or whatever over the years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So first, when you just notice how much mental activity is wrapped up in this pain. So when you start to feel it, there's hopelessness. What if it doesn't get better? And there's judgment. What did I do or not do? Just notice how much kind of, I say this lovingly, but drama is wrapped up in this pain.
Especially drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so just for a moment, open to all of those thoughts and fears and judgment. Just let it all be here, like opening Pandora's box or something.
Yeah.
And what if it's just pain? What if it's not personal? In that you didn't do this to yourself, or certainly not consciously. It's just what's arising.
Yeah. It feels like so some of this kind of came up after I was doing like uh, and then I started having it. It's like it's a little hard for me to open to it. Like I feel like it's because of something I was doing that caused it, but I'm trying to be as open as I can that it's not personal.
Yeah, and even if the body, like even if the Ryan body was engaged in some activity, the result of which was this pain, what if you didn't do that either? What if it's just what happened?
Yeah, get open to that. Right?
And again, even if the mind said to do this activity and then it resulted in pain, just noticing that you didn't do that mind either. It's all arising in the awareness that you are.
Yeah.
So just for now, opening to the possibility that dealing with pain is enough and you have the appointment and the body may or may not do some exercises between now and then. And other than that, that any other mental chatter isn't required.
Yeah, I definitely feel more like that. Yeah, less pressure.
Okay, and then let's just briefly check in about the goal. So when you think about the goal, what's the first thing that arises? Thought, feeling, or sensation?
I still have to do something about it, like exercise wise, but like I feel pretty like determined, I guess that, or certain, but I do feel more relaxed about it though. I don't feel like it has to be a big deal.
And is there still any wanting to procrastinate, or does that feel released?
Yeah, there's still some wanting to procrastinate. So, but it feels a lot more released though. It doesn't feel like as much of a have to. So
Okay, well, one thing you might want to check in on if you work on this goal or the belief that procrastination is arising, a thing to check, and you can do this as a practice, is what if it's not the goal that you're procrastinating, but it's some feeling that comes up when you think about the goal, that's actually what you're avoiding.
yeah, that feels true actually.
So again, like I talked about, I think with someone else today, the goals are really meant to help us see what's happening beneath the surface. They're not really meant for us to get them or not get them. In Sedona Method, we get them or not. It's not about that. But when we put our attention on them, all sorts of stuff gets surfaced. And that's actually the goal of the goals. So if you're noticing procrastination, that's interesting. And then if you welcome the feeling of procrastination and you notice what feelings you've been avoiding, that's interesting.
Yeah, I like that. It feels more like it's loosening things up. Think of it like that.
Great. And then the goal can happen or not, but since it's not about that, it doesn't matter that much.
Great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for raising your hand. Michael.
Hi, Leah. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, so far so good.
Great. Good morning, good afternoon. I would like just a quick check-in, please, just about what's happening for me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So could you just ask me some prompts just to as a means to orientate?
sure. What's arising in your awareness now? It might be a sensation, a thought, a feeling, an image.
Yes, it's in my throat. It's about like a
Okay, and
yes,
is,
it's
oh yeah,
fuse or
go ahead.
something like that. Yes, it's a fuse or some sort of conductor. Yeah.
And is what you're noticing, does that feel welcome or allowed, or is there some resistance to it?
No, it's quite uncomfortable. It's like a stretching. It's uncomfortable for sure.
Okay, so is being uncomfortable welcomed?
No.
And does resisting the discomfort make it go away?
I have no idea. I really don't know.
So then just as an experiment, could you just let yourself be as uncomfortable with the sensation as you are? Just let discomfort be here.
Yes.
And do that a little bit more. Just let discomfort be here.
Yeah.
And what's here now, Michael?
I'm wanting it just to
Thought,
not be there.
sensation.
Yeah.
You're wanting it to not be there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just notice that wanting, and specifically some wanting control, is just arising to that body mind.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Here we go.
And just
Oh.
notice that what, oh, sorry. I think I was hearing my echo. Okay, so what's here now?
I'm noticing the image of this tension, a spring.
Yeah, and is there any sense that that image is significant or important?
Oh yes, there was. Yes.
Okay, and then just notice that the sense that something is significant or important is just arising in the awareness that you are.
Yes. It's a revelation. Yeah. Yeah.
And what happens if you open to the possibility there's nothing serious going on here? There's no problem, fix.
How dare you? It's very serious.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. It still feels serious. I still, yeah, it should be serious. Yes.
Yeah, and just notice that that's a thought.
No, it's true. It's definitely true. Yes. Yes. It was very important. Hugely so.
And then
Yes.
just bring your attention to the space in which the belief that this is important is arising.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Beginning to experience yourself like the sky in which clouds or thoughts like this is serious arise, or sensations like tension arise. And there will always be more clouds, and what you are is not affected by any of that.
Yeah. 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 Yes.
Does that feel like a good place to stop for now?
Yes. Thank you very much, indeed. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. Hey, home stretch, Alexandra.
Hi.
Hi.
I just would like to work on my business because I feel some kind of resistance when I want to work with clients, or let's say go on Zoom, which I have in past do a lot of, but for now, for this kind of period of year, I just can't move my business, and my whole body resists. I don't know why, but I just want to work around it. Is this avoidance or what, or some kind of pattern? I start, then I quit. it's some kind of that cycle going on in my head right now.
Okay. So first, Alexandra, let yourself believe that there's anything to do, like something to solve or something to fix, as much as you do. Just notice the sense that there's a problem.
Okay.
And then, oh yeah, go ahead.
It's kind of showing up. I should save the world. I don't know if that makes sense or
What do you have to believe about the world to think that thought?
what do I have to do?
What do you have to believe about the world to think
Okay.
that you should save it?
I can't feel nothing right now.
Okay, so just for a moment, opening to the possibility that the world doesn't need saving.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about your business, what's here now? What's the first thought, feeling, or sensation?
That I'm holding something on my back. It's like kind of weight or something heavy stuff on my shoulders or back or
Okay, and turn your attention to that heaviness and see if you can just let it be here. Actually get curious about it. Let it get heavier.
Okay. Then I am drowning beneath surface.
Okay. And just check. You might want to open your eyes if they're not open and look around the room.
Yes.
And are you actually drowning, or is that just a thought?
It's more like a feeling than a thought.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So see if you can just let the feeling be here. It would say
Okay.
that something's happening, but it's actually happening in the awareness that you are. You're not in it.
Okay.
So just let the drowning feeling be here as best you can.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even just let yourself drown in this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And then allow yourself to think of your business again and see what comes up.
Now I feel release. I can feel free.
Does that feel like a good place to stop for now?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for raising your hand, Alexandra.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, so is that it then?
I think that's
Nice.
it.
Well, okay. I guess I could invite others to unmute and say goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Perfect.
Thanks
Thank you so
all.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for taking part.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Owen.
Thanks.
Thanks, Owen.
Bye.
Thanks, Leah.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Ooh, Alexandra's still got her hand up, but now she's
Oh.
gone. All right. Okay. Yeah, I figured we're left with Keith.
Okay. I don't know, Keith.
Oh, but also I see joining underneath his. I know Keith very well, actually.
Okay, great.
He's a good guy. I just wanted to thank you as well. We're just a second here.